Hello, good evening and welcome down to another Bloody Amateurs podcast. We're here with the super duper editing crew in the background. He's Super Stu and watching from his corner in a, I may say, a beautiful pink chair is the captain of the ship, Mr. Ricky Cameron. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, we've absolutely blown the budget on this week's guest. He's been picked up and wined and dined with the finest Pepsi Max, which is a multi-pack and not to be sold separately, Stuart, before you carry on. We're joined tonight by Alan Reddecliffe. Good evening, Al.
Good evening.
Thanks for coming down. Don't be too worried. It's only a load of nonsense and a bit of stuff about you. It's all about you for the next 4 hours, so there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that's what is worrying about me.
We'll just we'll just do Al the early years, and then we'll have episode 2. Of the latter years, and hopefully
I'll have to now. I'm getting on a bit.
Yeah, that'll be all right. As you've seen from the podcast before, because I'm sure you're a subscriber and a watcher.
I am.
We just ask a few questions. Have a bit of a chit chat about how we've arrived at where we're all in the Rylands Masters. How we've got there. I know that you've spent the time doing it professionally. We want to park that, so we'll get to the point where you did start there. We'll delve into that a little bit, and then move swiftly on to your career. But it's over to you, really. Where did you start? What was you at school? Did you have an interest in rugby? And
I started with Beachfield boys football. I never played rugby. I wasn't a rugby player. It was never up on my horizon, really. My dad used to play professionally. He used to play for Highton. He was a winger and a goal kicker. And I don't know where it come from, really. Basically, I was playing football, and my best friend at the time, Lloyd Guest, he said, I'm leaving football and I'm going to rugby. So I said, well, I'm going as well then. So that's exactly where it come from.
How old was you then?
11ish.
Right.
And I went to Grappenhall Griffins because he lived up that way. He lived in Appleton, and I was the worst player on the team by a country mile.
So not much has changed then, really.
Exactly. Yeah. So I say he's gone from being maybe a long episode to a short one.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Bye. So yeah, substitute in the freezing cold. Put on for the last 5 minutes. If you pass me the ball, I'd drop it. If anyone run at me, I'd miss the tackle. So nothing has changed. And yeah, that's where it all started for me. Was Grappenhall Griffins. The main thing that changed ability wise was sticking with it, sticking with the good lads, and my dad actually became coach. So things were very different because you know participation, and it doesn't really matter if you win or lose, all that kind of stuff. That went out the window with my dad. it was.
Sometimes I was going to say sometimes you hear stories of where it's the best thing that's ever happened to a kid, his dad becoming, and you also hear the flip side where once my dad took over, it was the worst thing ever.
Exactly that.
From the sound of it from you, it made you what it was. For
me, it was fantastic, and not just for me. Because I've got a lot of mates who they might not play rugby now, but still see them in the pub. See some of them in Ben's when we're after the games. If we were in there, if they ever see me dad, I'd always straight up to him in town, buy him a pint, because they've got such fond memories of the time we were. He didn't treat us like kids. He treated us like men. Took us all off into one side, different changing rooms than everybody else. It was great when we look back on it, and it helped me no end.
Yeah.
But not just that. I'm still playing rugby now because I enjoy it, and I've enjoyed it since then because my dad, my mum was involved. She used to time us running around the field doing laps, stuff like that. It was great, really, and like I say, everybody felt the same way about it. It was good. We were onto a good thing for a bit.
I think it's my son played I've got two sons. One's played sporadically, and one played right through as a youth. And he kept them off the streets. They trained every week. If they'd signed on for the season, I made sure they went every week and they turned up every week. And if they wanted to miss a training session because they were going out messing, I'd say, "Don't happen that. No, that's not." So it was a discipline as well, and I think that
Massively.
that instilled in them very early. I think as pays dividends further down in your life when you start doing family stuff and work, life commitments. You know you get your responsibilities. I think it
couldn't agree more. It instilled that in me definitely, and like I say, in these other lads that I still see now about, you know, in town having a pint or whatever, they can't speak highly enough about what went on and the way that we were treated. But it does breed discipline in you. So it really does. I mean, my dad used to say, "You don't play rugby to get fit. You get fit to play rugby." So we all had, you know, little assignments of getting fitter on our own as well, because obviously as a kid you're only going to train Tuesday and Thursday night. So, you know, you had to do stuff on your own. So a lot of us were going to the gym and stuff like that, and, you know, going running, and because we wanted to compete, we started being competitive after not being for a long time, and we all got the bug at the same time. Yeah, but it was I say it was en masse. It wasn't one or two. There was no real superstars as such at the time. It was everyone was, you know, really bought into it, and we all moved forward together.
And how long did you last in just like amateur rugby? What was your path in that?
I started at Grappenhall. Cut a long story short, the team ended up folding. We got into the Premier League, which I think we started in like Division 3 or 4. We got into the Premier League, but we had a right good go at it, and then we'll say club politics, because like I say, my dad wasn't one of these coaches that probably wouldn't be allowed to coach nowadays.
Politically correct, we'll go with.
Yeah, there's definitely not on that, and all the better for it, if I'm honest. So I say that's why the lads respect him.
Well, we touched on it with the other lads when we were chatting with them, saying, you know, I know it's an old adage when you say what goes on in the changing room stays in the changing room, and as long as it's to a certain level, but it needs to be that, because
all it was mutual respect. We respected him, he respected us, and he made men out of us, young men out of us. Yeah. If it's serious, if you want to do it, let's do it seriously. If you don't want to do it, don't come. And I think that's pretty much fair enough.
Yeah,
especially when you want to be competitive. I mean, it's different now at our age playing Masters. It's a very, very different kind of kettle of fish, isn't it? But so after I'd got better at it, so obviously I'd improved under my dad, and then I ended up playing for St Helens Crusaders with a couple of the other lads from Warrington. So it was me and Warren Ayres Jr., Andy Addison. We went over to play for St Helens Crusaders for under 15s, under 16s years. I was playing well for them, and then ended up, I went to Saints, I went to Warrington a little bit, and I ended up signing professional for Widnes.
Well, I'd seen the other week we had Alfie Langer down at St Ben's Club, and I was I was going to be doing the comparing and one thing and another with the situation changed, but so I'd done a bit of research and gone on some of the early lineups and the squad, and I'd seen Alan Langer, and down there at the bottom was Alan Reddecliffe. I was thinking, wow. So we probably never realised, I mean, if Alfie Langer's in your squad, you're at the top end of the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got to be completely honest. I played first team at Widnes, but I only played a handful of games over the time that I was there. Yeah. And then Warrington, I only played one Super League game. And Alfie, I think he'd probably gone home by the end. It was last game of the season. It was my Super League debut against Castleford.
Well, he's there.
Well, yeah, I'm very proud of it. But
of course, yeah, you should be, mate. You should be.
It is what it is. I was close, but no cigar in the end. But it's something I've loved all my life, and I'm still doing it.
There's
bruises now.
There's an ex-professional at Warrington who should remain nameless, but when he hears this, he'll know it's him. He always says he was a foot too short of a world-class prop. And I said that's very similar to me. I'm a foot too tall for a world-class scrum half. And then, you know, because I've got the hand, I've seen that. You've seen the emu. It comes out. I mean, it's getting this. Other teams are saying, are you the guy who owns the... Well, it's not here tonight. So you do your professional career, you blitz through that, and then you plumb back in union. Did you?
No, I was very much rugby league all my serious career, if you can call it that, until after I finished, I went to play for Charlie in the old championship after I finished at Warrington. So I had a season there, but I really didn't enjoy it. It took all the love out of it for me. It wasn't good. I was playing sporadically, and I just hated it, to be honest. So I actually just said, listen, I want out of here. So I just want to go. I mentioned Warren Ayres Jr. earlier on. Well, we've been friends since being kids, really, since being 12. And his dad, Warren Ayres Senior, he was Woolston Rovers head coach, back in the heyday in the 90s when they won a lot of things. Yeah, he'd gone to Lee Miners at the time. So he said, well, if you're fed up, that one. If you want, come and have a game
that's
for us.
Poaching,
if you want.
well,
yeah, kind of. But I went to Lee Miners and I never looked back. It was absolute fantastic time in my life. National Conference Premier. I was vice captain under Tommy Gilden, and we ended up winning it in 2005. National Conference Premier. Year after, Tommy signed professional with Lee, so he went to Lee, and then I was captain of the club. We got to the National Cup final, which we got beat, unfortunately, against Skirlow. And then I went to sign to Wigan St Pat's. I had 2 seasons at Wigan St Pat's, so I was 35 by the time I finished at Pat's. So that was my rugby league pretty much done. And I was playing for Warrington Wizards alongside St Pat's. So it was summer, winter, and it was a bit much. So I decided to stop playing for St Pat's, and I just solely concentrated on Wizards. We had some great times there with the lads in the summer league. It was fantastic. So that was National League 3 at the time, which was supposedly just underneath the professional leagues. So it was really, really good, really good. Our home ground was Wilderspool.
Well, you're getting all the players parachuting out the same as you did coming out of the league.
To be honest, we didn't really get many ex-pros. We just had good Warrington lads, and like.
No, I mean in the league.
In the league itself, there was a lot of professional coaching. So like Paul Cook was coaching, and people like that. There was Leon Price. There was a lot of because they were still playing at.
When you cut your teeth there, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The people who were showing interest in coaching, they were coming and coaching at that level, basically. Using that as a springboard possibly to move up. But it was great. It was great. We had some right battles. And again, we ended up winning the grand final with Warrington Wizards. So I've got some really good memories of everywhere that I played. So I think I was 35 when I finished at Wizards, or 36 anyway. And I'd said, that's it now, I'm finished. And that lasted about 3 weeks. So
it's a funny thing. I'm a footballer per se. I did 29 years as a footballer. The only season that I didn't play was when I broke my leg, or 1 year out with my leg and 1 year out with my knee. Played all the others. Finished. Exactly what you said. Sat at home and I thought, why do I Saturday afternoon? What I do is I didn't realise it wasn't the sport itself. It was the camaraderie and what comes within it.
It's second to none, isn't it? I think I was probably, looking back on it, I was probably too young to stop at 35.
Yeah.
I still probably had a fair bit to offer. But
You've still got a fair bit to offer, to be fair.
Yeah, well, that's kind of you, Ricky, but I'm 47 now, but... I
hope I make it to 47.
Well...
You hope to make it to 47, Stu?
But I'd finished, and I'd said I'd finished, so that was it. I'd obviously give up my time at Warrington Wizards, finished there as captain, and that was over. And I've got another great mate, Dave Nunnally, who was in the army for a long, long time. We grew up together. He was my brother's best friend growing up. Played a lot of rugby together, Lee Miners and things like that, and on the front, outside our house. And he just happens to live in Lim. And he said, I've played a few games, union at Lim. Like I said, do you fancy coming having a game for Henders in the 4th team? And I was like, I'm not going playing union, mate. I don't know it, don't understand it, and I'm not really bothered. And I went because I don't know why I went, but I went. I've never looked back. It's been one of that. I mean, I think you're either a league or a union. You know, unless you're not getting paid for it. You know, if at a top level where you'll go anywhere for the money. I think people either like union or they like league, and I've got to say I'm completely split down the middle now because of going there. And when you say the camaraderie, I mean, I'm lucky enough to. I'm part of Warrington Knights, who we've been tag rugby with us on a Monday night. I've known a lot of them a long time. That's been going a hell of a long time. My masters at Rylands and playing for Lim, I've got that camaraderie. And I'm lucky enough to be in 3 teams basically.
Well, we spoke about this, and I spoke about the podcast as well, where it was going and what we were aiming at. And we didn't want it to be aimed directly at mental health, but I can strongly say that I know it's helped mine because it's your mindset. I have lots of comments that are not for the general public's ears. When you put me in the changing room and all they can all come out.
It's fine.
And I feel like they're all come out and I think, I feel better now. And it's a stress reliever. And I didn't know I needed it until I've gone back.
Sometimes it's two ways of stress reliever, isn't it? Because you've got the physical side.
Yeah.
You do that in the street, you're in trouble. And like you say, just the laughing and joking and the taking the mickey that goes on.
But that's
you can't say that in normal life, can you?
For me, that's been the key, the driving force that makes me keep going back and think,
it's the same, no matter whether it's league or union or tag rugby.
Well, I was going to say that bit doesn't matter. That's the periphery, isn't it?
I mean, if you ask me what I am as a person, I'm a father, husband, son, brother, but I'm a rugby player, and if I didn't play rugby, I wouldn't know what I'd be really. It's taken up that much of my life, in a good way, not in a bad way by any means, where I think I will be one of these with flags and 70 years old and, trying to move my hips so no one can tackle me. And
it's a funny thing.
Because I wouldn't want to give up what else comes with it. You're sore for days, you think things hurt afterwards, don't
the Masters is really well balanced because you can get in as long as you can run.
Yeah, as long as you can physically, stay active, which is that's why I want for. I'll never stop now. I'm convinced on that now. I'll never stop as long as I can run.
Well, that's me. Things keep falling off, and I think, if I can just get that bit better, like you say. But it's the camaraderie part that I really love, and then there'll be right, we're all having a pool night one night, or we're all going to meet in Bent, and just what we're going to do, just going to rip into each other for 2 hours non-stop, and it's just pure ripping into each other. I think there's nothing better than this. No, you'll sit round, you'll look, and you'll see somebody laughing all the time, and you think this is good. They don't realise how good it is for them. They don't know how.
It's good as well because we're different ages. So we've got, Masters is an over 35 sport, isn't it? But you see some lads coming in at 35. We've got obviously young Swifty, he's 36, I think. So it's like...
It's bonkers, isn't it? You don't think you see yourself playing together with lads 20 years apart.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we do.
And that's exactly what we're doing. And you can see... Sometimes an older bloke can see if a young lad's got something on his mind. And, I think we are all that kind of guy where we go and say, like, you're all right, you're not yourself.
Yeah.
And
that's important. It's important we do that.
It is important.
And nobody realised. No, I think we all overlook. We're all mental health ambassadors there, all having a chitty chat with each other. Nobody realises what they're doing.
No, I think if you put a label on it, some people would shy away from it. Because it's this mental taboo of you're not supposed to or whatever. But we're supposed to be getting past that now, aren't we?
It's important because as we all kind of retreat and hibernate back to our houses, and we're all right, we're on the phones, we're in touch a little bit, but there's none of that face-to-face stuff, and that's when it comes out. It's very rare it comes out on the phone, and it's face-to-face, and people start opening up and stuff like that. and it's in the pub, and that's where it happens. But we're big, tough rugby players, and we don't have weaknesses. And then you suddenly see somebody say, "Oh, I've got this," and you think, and then suddenly you go, "Oh well, I know somebody who can help you with that, or we can point people in the right direction." So that's what the bit I love, and I help out people who. Well, I think I help them out. I think sometimes just listening.
Well, you do.
Just go and have a listen and catch up and a chat. That helps a lot of people. But it's really good for that, and I think we've got stronger. Our group has got stronger at that, because now you're forever getting phone calls, and I think that's a really good thing.
I think we all know we can lean on it, especially at Rylands here. Obviously, I mean, great company here with 3 other Rylands players, and we have got that in spades there. We've got decent guys, but like I say, because it's spreading now, it's spreading like wildfire in a good way, where it's the same way everywhere. We've got similar situation at Lim, where Andy Mann's club, we've got the little cards on the bar and stuff like that. People do need a bit of help, sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Well,
you either get help or struggle. So why would you want to struggle?
We went to the Blackpool tournament a few years ago, and I'd been thinking about doing something, because we were all. I think I personally was getting. So it must have been when I was 50. About prostate cancer, because we were all that age.
I got that from you.
That's right. Yeah. So I went, and there was by coincidence, there was a prostate cancer awareness pop-up tent thing there. So I went over, I gave her 20 quid, and I said, I want some badges, because I want to promote it within our team. Mm-hmm. So that day, it wasn't, the following game at Tetley Walkers, I went into our changing room, we give out pens and stress balls and things like that. And then I also went into the away changing rooms, and we know where one of our lads is going through it in a minute, but I know 1 or 2 of us have come to me and said, I've got this problem, not directly linked, and I said, well, just go and get it sorted. So we can raise awareness for that. We don't realise how powerful our group is.
I would agree entirely, mate. I really
so that's been a really good thing for me. But it's all very serious now. Very serious.
Okay. You took it there. I just followed you.
I just lead the way. You mentioned Tommy Goulding. You must have come across 1 or 2 pros. Either going that way or going that way.
Yeah, I mean, I played with Sean Long. I was lucky enough to play with Sean Long.
Right.
But after he was at Wigan, he came to Widnes. His dad, Bernard Long, was first team coach at the time, and that's when I just broke into the team. So I was lucky enough to play with Longy when he was on his way up.
Right.
And he was just, I mean, we all know what he turned into, what a fantastic player he turned into, but he was just 2 steps ahead of everybody, 5 steps ahead with his feet. He was that quick. He was brilliant to be around. So playing with Sean Long was absolutely fantastic. I played against Ryan Hall, but that was when he was at the very, very start of his career. So, in fact, it was amateur. I was playing for Leigh Miners and he was playing for Ulton Raiders.
Right.
He just signed for Leeds, so he had a lot of Leeds tracksuits on the sides, all watching him and that. I think he was probably maybe 17, probably only just eligible to play open age, but he had everything that he's got now, his footwork, his skills, everything like that. He just wasn't 19 stone. So, but yeah, so it's been good. I mean, me and you played in the game at Wakefield together, didn't we?
Yeah.
Lancashire against Yorkshire, which was obviously masters reels with a lot of ex-pros.
But I just, for me, I felt like sometimes you feel like you're supposed to be there, and other times you're thinking, hang on, what am I doing here? I remember coming out the scrum and Lloyd had to then do me an X here, and I said, right, Moz, just get a bit deeper. Scully, run an X. And they went, what? And I'm like, what am I? I'm just telling Moz, get a bit deeper and Scully in. So it was great for me. I've got some fantastic memories of that.
Yeah,
I've also got
I came down to that. I came to watch that. Yeah.
I can never remember his name. There was a small winger playing against me. I think he played at Hull, and he tackled me. And my skin didn't know I'd been tackled, but my skeleton did. And the photograph, my skin's like wobbling like I'm doing 200 miles an hour. But he gave me it was like he'd stopped me, my core carried, but all the skin carried on. And I think inside my organ jiggered back and two, like it was like an airbag. I was like, we're running him again. Take it easy, mate. It's only mastered.
Yeah.
Nearly knocked me out. But them opportunities when they come along. I didn't play in the All-Stars one the other week, but again, playing against Morley, that's just like, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
It is. I mean, all right, I played professional, but a handful of games. So I'm the same. You know, you just watching them for so long on TV. You know, going and supporting them, going to the Great Britain matches. You know, going and watching them, and then being in changing rooms. I mean, I'm a Saints fan, so you can all boo if you want, but every Saints shirt I've ever bought had Sculthorpe on the back, and I'm stood next to him in the changing rooms, and Aid Gagan, he knows full well what I'm like with him, so he said, I'll get you your shirt signed by him and all. I said, right, great. And I'm stood next to him, Scully, and I'm like, and Aid just says, yeah, he's socially awkward around people like you.
Yeah, I had me Warrington Wolves budgie smugglers on, if you recall.
Still trying to forget.
It signed mine while I wore them, while I had them on.
Oh, that's wrong.
You know what I mean? I think he enjoyed it more than me. But then it was good because we went to the Magic Weekend, and see, I'd had a few nights out with Scully when he was at Warrington. He was only very young then, and he doesn't remember any of them, but I'd had a few nights out with him, but he was a bit mad then. He was a bit nuts. Obviously, when he went on to Saints, I think he became a better player. But I'd seen him in Newcastle, and he said, "Oh, you them budgie smugglers." I'm like, that's right.
So he remembered that?
Yeah, he remembered that.
That's quite worrying.
He's never done it before or since. I like to give people unique opportunities, like you tonight. A unique opportunity. I'm wearing them now.
Oh, yeah. They're not getting signed.
But it's interesting, like you say, when you play against these players. I did the Wolfie thing, as you do. I don't know what it is when you do the Wolfie, whatever it was. And Moz decided to punch the Wolfie thing.
When you say you did the Wolf, what do you mean? You was inside the mascot?
I was Wolfie, yes.
Oh, okay.
So Moz punched the nose of Wolfie, and it's a circular hole with like a steel frame, and it went up, hit me under the nose, and lifted me head back, and I thought, I've gone, I'm knocked out. He's knocked Wolfie out. And he was laughing. I was thinking, do you not realise your arms are bigger than my leg, and you've just, he took it round. I mean, I'm meeting him in a few weeks. I'll be having a little word. He'll have a reminder of that.
Yeah.
Get one of these out. So don't you know?
I got him a pint of water the other day.
Did you?
That's what I asked for. Pint of water.
So, we touched on Warrington Wolves. Defeat yesterday at the hands of OKR in the semi-final. I know you're a Saints fan. What do you think of the current state of our team under Sam Burgess? Sam Burgess, fan, yay, nay?
Massive fan of Sam Burgess as a player. As a Saints fan, while he's coaching you, I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
Obviously, no one can knock what he's done in the game, can they?
No, but it's whether he's cutting it as a coach. I thought yesterday.
I just think, if I'm completely honest, a lot of Warrington people have just got unrealistic. They should be competing, definitely, but they always try and buy things, don't they? They try and buy it, try and buy it each year. They'll get, a couple of superstars, and then think that's going to do it, and it's not, is it? Like, it's been proved time and time and time again. That's why everyone thinks it's always your year, because you bring, all right, you've got him now as a superstar coach, and then
that's not enough. That's not enough. You've got to have depth. You've got to have plans. You've got to have certainly plan B. I thought I watched like this today and thought, we've got nothing here. Yeah. We couldn't match them down the middle. We didn't have the skills to go around the outside of them. I was thinking, what are we doing here?
I'm just glad you're talking about yesterday, not the day before, because Saints were even worse.
Yeah, I watched that. They were a bit devoid of ideas.
Yeah, there was no idea. Just nothing different. You're just doing the same thing, and hoping to get through, and it's not going to work.
Well, I think about that is Wigan are going to get murdered by OKR in that final. Because I thought Wigan was still poor in that game against St Helens. The defence was brilliant, but both attacks are rubbish.
OKR have found what they had last year, and it's difficult to stop.
I think so.
And they started off. They had a bit of an hangover, but they started off slow. But they found their feet again now, and and they look dangerous from everywhere. There's not like you don't think, oh, with the best will in the world, I like Sneed, but he's a liability in his defence. So they run at him all the time and time again. And okay, I don't have one of them.
Yeah, my best mate's a Saints fan, and he said, okay, we're pretty much the perfect team at the minute, right now.
They look the part. I don't see a weakness. You know, we talked about Sean Long. I hated Sean Long. I only hated him because
he used to pick you at the post every time.
That's what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
I hated all the individuals. Mikey Lewis, we only hate him as much as he does because of. All right, he's got a few grub tendencies, but it's because he's turning you over and over again.
Yeah.
I do think he could improve, though. He is a bit of a grub. I don't like Adam Kiernan neither. I'm not keen on him. I don't know what it is about him. He seems a little bit.
He's just a bit gingerist.
Could be.
Sean Long is in everybody. Super League players. Sean Long's in every one of them lists. They all think he was one of the best players that ever played.
He was, mate. He was, and it was proven. You know that you can. You know, Al's saying there he's in front of him. That was when he was young and coming through, and then went on and got better and better and better.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
can we just point out as well the Al's repertoire of Warrington kits he's got when Jamie played for Warrington, and he'd come out in these little Warrington tops, and you loved it. You loved your Warrington tops and your Warrington shorts, and
I didn't. I love my son, and he'd earned his shirt, so I wear that. But yeah,
and it's free. He is from Warrington.
It's free.
It's free.
Yeah.
So we do like a freebie.
Yeah.
Why you brought him up, Jamie? I'm honoured when I'm running with him because he's right at the side of me. He's a great big lump, and then suddenly he's gone because he's fast, which gets on my nerves. I thought when I've seen him, we went Castaway, and he was on the bench at Castaway, and I was thinking, this is it now. And then weeks later, he was gone. He decided, was it that soon? I think, or have I just put that together in my mind?
Yeah,
anyway,
it was the end of the season when he left.
Yeah,
and
then he'd gone over, and we've chatted briefly about him. He's at Swinton now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'd seen he got a try, and his picture was in the news and all that, and I'd seen him and said, "Oh, he went, no," and it's not. And he's just the most laid back kind of guy, quiet, keeps himself to himself.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And then he comes and you wonder what somebody has to do to make it. Because when I see him, I'm thinking, why is somebody not picking him up? Why can't we have him in Warrington's team? I think he could do as good a job as Joe Philbin now.
I think he's brilliant.
Who's been one of my most favourite players for many years, and now I just think he's just time to go, Joe. You've had your time. Thanks very much. Mm-hmm. But there's better out there, and I see the likes. I know I don't see Jamie in the thing, but then I see the highlights of the games he plays in, and he's like smashing everybody all over the place. Thinking, why is he not getting a chance? But you will be biased towards it, but I also know that you're very honest. What do you think? Is somebody going to pick him up? Is he going to get there, or?
I don't know. Dan is the truth. I mean, he's 21 years old at the moment, so he got in Warrington's first team squad, but he never played. I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, when I played, I was on the wing, so you can kind of learn your trade on the wing. You know, come in and out Warrington's put a few backs in over the last few years, haven't they? Young Thewlis, Leon Hayes is obviously a very good player. Ewan Irwin now, people like that coming through. It's really quite different being a prop. In the middle of the field doing all that kind of work, because they're not just big guys anymore. They're like freight trains. Yeah, they're like freight trains, but they're not just that. It's relentless. It's again and again and again and again, and it's I'm sure that if he did get his opportunity when he was there, if they'd have put him on, you'd have thought, all right, yeah, he's all right, but he didn't get that opportunity, and now he's moved to Swinton Lions. He's in the Championship.
I've seen it before. I remember Warrington playing the young lad Lucas Green. And they took him away, and there was players limping. and he was on the bench and they didn't use him.
Yeah.
And then, like you just said then, I was thinking, why are we doing this?
Why take him?
You're either in or you're out. I'm sure one of the... Did Wigan not use one of their subs?
Yeah.
I'm thinking they've got to be... Surely they've got to be better in that position than somebody who's limping or carrying a bit of a knock or something like that.
You'd have thought so, wouldn't you? But I'm not a coach at that level, so...
No, but common sense. Common sense says after 70 minutes...
It's frustrating because I've been there, you know, where... Not me personally, but been there as his dad when I'm thinking to myself, you know, why not? Surely, you know, I'm thinking he can do just as good a job as, you know, X, Y or Z.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just him either. He's you know, there's a lot of players in that situation. So, yeah, I am his dad and I'm a little bit biased in that way, but I can also see it with other people.
Yeah, but you're also realistic and, you know...
I can also see it with other people, you know, with other people who you think he's better than what you're using already.
Yeah, I love playing with him. It's great when he comes down on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, he loves
so fast.
He loves playing rugby, so he's all right. He's playing in the championship at the moment. But even if I don't go to Masters on a Wednesday night, you know, because I'm sore from the week or whatever, he's still there.
Oh, he's still turning up.
Yeah, he's still there. He pays his £2, or I pay his £2. And then he likes being around the guys, and you know it's like you say, that camaraderie and having a laugh.
I was just going to say he won't know it, but he's getting addicted to that kind of that banter, and it's massively important.
He absolutely loves it. I mean, he's at training now. He's at Warrington nights now. Tag rugby on a Monday night. You know, he's there now. Sometimes rugby's not all about money, is it? You know, so. When you say will he get picked up or whatever, he's already playing professional. If he stays where he is in the championship and you know earns a few quid on top of his job, he's got a nice job. You know that might do him forever. I don't know. And people mature at different ages as well, don't they? You know what I mean?
I'm
when you're in that yeah.
Anytime now when
I'm physically, Dennis.
That's when I am. Yeah. So I am looking forward to reaching puberty, and then bulking up, and you know, I'll hit my growth spurt, and then there's no stopping me. I'm going to dominate this Masters. How many knees working properly? I'm in the gym now 3 times a week, as you can see. The amount of weight I've lost, it's incredible. These t-shirts are going to have to go smaller, Rick. I want one that's tight on my arms. Can you do tight on my arms but slack on my belly?
I've just bought you 2 more.
Tight on my arms, slack on my belly.
Well, I'll let you try it on.
Good. So, back to the Masters team. I've not played much. I've been carrying a bit of a knock, and we've come back. We've got the biggest squad. I think we've got 483,000 in the squad at the minute.
Yeah, and we've used them all.
Yeah, used them all. We'll see who turns up when we get Wigan St Pat's away, and then we're down to 9, which is the usual. And then we roll out Ricky and Stu. Come on, Stu, dust off your shorts. You'll be all right.
For the amount of players we've had, I've been playing nearly full games, to be fair.
Well, you're the reason I'm not turning up.
All right.
Getting 3 minutes here and 3 minutes there.
Ricky's Quickies.
Why rugby league or rugby sports? I think you'd be good at football, but we've already spoke about your football career, haven't we?
Well, I played football for the skill. It was quite quick, but other than that, rugby happened to me by accident. Just like I said earlier, my best friend said he's leaving football, going playing rugby, and I went with him. So that's.
I think you'd be good at most sports, to be fair. Another question: what's the strangest thing you've seen somebody do in a changing rooms?
Some of our players get dressed. You know, shouldn't be anywhere near a rugby field.
Putting the kit on.
No, I think it's still the fiery jack in it. You know, I've never understood that one. Covering yourself in deep heat.
Oh God,
you know, turning yourself red raw. Rugby, it's enough anyway. You don't need to hurt yourself in changes before you go out.
It still burns when you shower afterwards. And the last one: worst thing you have seen someone get sent off for?
It's going to be rugby union. It's not going to be rugby league. One of my good mates, Martin Henderson. So Henderson's been to Masters. He's come down. He's turned out for us. he looked at a referee the way he didn't like, and that was enough. So he
Red card?
yeah.
Mason Gamble got a similar thing last week, I think.
Did you sent off again?
Not last week, the other week.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, got sent off for... I think he asked her what gender she was, to be fair.
Oh,
That's a slippery slope.
grey area, that, Rick. Like your beard, it's a slightly grey area. You don't want to be entering.
Thanks, Al.
All right, mate.
Right, what we'll do is we'll get them to Stu and he'll cut all that out. Okay, that's great stuff, Al. Thanks for all that. Really enjoyed the conversations. I get into it too much and I'm saying, oh yeah, what happened then and what happened then, and I want to know more and more details. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Is there anyone you want to say hello to or do what you do?
I'd just like to thank my family for all their support over the years. My mum was my taxi driver, Widnes 4 or 5 nights a week, all the way through everything. Obviously my dad coached me, and then my family, since meeting my wife, I've been with my wife Vicky since we met when we were 18, so she's basically been a rugby wag since being 18. And then
She's very lucky, isn't she? She's very lucky.
It could have been worse. Could have married a footballer.
Well, I bet you've took her to some really nice places, haven't you?
Not just her, my kids as well. So since we started having children, we've got 4 great kids, two daughters, Natalie and Casey, and our sons Jamie and Will, and they've all come and watched me when the wind and the rain's coming in sideways, you know, like Waff Brow, you know, take them to all the nice places in the world. So yeah, I just want to thank my family for supporting me and keep doing it.
Good stuff, great. Thanks very much, Al. If anybody would like to like or subscribe, the email address and all that will appear above my hands like magic, because I've got a top editor, and there'll all be all the information in there. There's an email address. Somebody please email Ricky. It doesn't matter what you say. Email him a picture of something that's not supposed to be on the internet, because he mimers me saying we need to get the thing out there, so just send him a little email, see where we get to. Is that all right? Thanks very much, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.
Cheers, Dan.
It's a wrap.
Amazing.